Gift or no gift, I am just as special as the rest of my family.
Who wants more pink?
All right, guys, where do I drop the wagon?
Maybe your gift is being in denial.
That is definitely my gift. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Forever Fangirls podcast. I am Sheila Amato, and you can find me and my wife on our website at www.foreverfangirls.com.
And I am Kimberly Amato, and you can also find us on Twitter, on Facebook, and Instagram at Forever Fan Pod. Same handle, 3 socials.
We are your hosts, and we're glad you can join us.
And we are glad you are here because we do have a great show lined up for you today, folks. We will be discussing I think it's the latest animated film.
I think so.
From Disney, Encanto. It was in theaters, then on Disney Plus as a surprise, and now back in theaters and on Disney Plus?
It's still on Disney Plus because we saw it.
And I think it's still or it was re-released in whatever.
Anyway, as always, whatever the case may be, spoilers are ahead. So if you haven't seen Encanto yet, please be aware that we will be talking about major plot points. So if you don't want to be spoiled, please watch us.
Watch us?
Or pause the film.
Pause us.
Watch
the film.
See, you threw me off with starting the music really soon.
I didn't. It was my cue.
Anyway,
I do want to ask you something about your intro, though, if you don't mind.
Sure. What's up?
You said your gift was denial.
Yeah.
I thought your gift was procrastination.
I'm in denial that I procrastinate.
You crack yourself up. Oh my God. Okay, before this conversation devolves into utter madness, maybe we should start our conversation of Encanto.
Yes, let's, please. Okay, so.
My God.
I am in denial that I procrastinate.
Wow. Okay, I'm just jumping right into a summary from Google. Mm-hmm. The Madrigals are an extraordinary family who live hidden in the mountains of Colombia in a charmed place called the Encanto. The magic of the Encanto has blessed every child in the family with a unique gift. Every child except Maribel. However, she soon may be the Madrigal's last hope when she discovers that the magic surrounding the Encanto is now in danger.
And that pretty much says it all, right? Other than the fact that all the songs are by Lin-Manuel Miranda. I think he wrote like 8 new songs.
Okay.
So with that, let's go ahead and start the good, shall we?
Sure.
Okay.
Go for it. You want to start first? You want me to start?
Well, I'm always amazed that every time that we see a Disney film, the animation is just incredible. And I don't know if that's a combination of, the technology and the TV that we have, but it's just stunning.
I remember watching it, making a comment to you when they were doing like a close-up shot of Maribel's head. Mm-hmm. And you could see individual strands of hair and how it all she even had little wispies. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
it's real. It looked real.
Yes. The thing that got me was in Antonio's room when they were doing the spell so that Bruno can see the future or do a vision. And when the wind was blowing, you could see the fur of the animal just going with the wind. And I'm like, wow.
And I remember when
when
we first, and I apologize for talking over you, when we first saw Toy Story, we were blown away by computer animation, and now you're seeing animal fur moving.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first time I saw that was with Monsters, Inc.
Oh, yeah, with Sully's hair.
Yes.
The fur, and it was a huge deal.
It was a huge deal, and now it's just evolving even more. It's just fabulous to me.
It's weird because when I now see something that when I know the technology's there that isn't made with it, I'm spoiled.
Yeah, exactly. It's
so I feel like
what?
Unless if it was a creative choice that's different. I do love watching 8-bit stuff. That's just me.
Yeah. So we're like you said,
we're spoiled.
Jinx.
Okay, so the story seems to be about the core. I think the story at its core is about family and community and the human connection. You have that noted here.
Yeah, there's no clear villain. Although you had a different take on that.
Yeah, I don't think necessarily that there's a villain where it's like a Maleficent or the evil queen. There's nothing like that. Mm-hmm. But I think in some way, what I got out of this was that the villain was actually ourselves. We are our worst enemy. Louisa, I'm never going to be good enough. I'm struggling, and it's a drip, drip, drip.
Well, for the pressure.
Yeah, the pressure. She feels pressure, and she wants to be what she can be for everybody and doesn't take care of herself.
Yes.
It's all about, every single character here seems to be trying to be something for everyone, and they negate to take care of themselves. So I was thinking the villain is, in some way, our insecurities, our fears. And it is us putting so much pressure on ourselves to be what
Perfect.
everybody else, exactly what everybody else wants us to be, instead of looking in the mirror going, okay, you know what, I need to take a step back. Or like at the end when Louisa is thrown to the hammock after lifting everything heavy, and then the donkey gives her a drink.
Well, she finally was able to rest because everybody was letting her rest.
But the thing is, the villain is that idea of you are not good enough. It is the insecurity or the mental capacity of accepting who you are, living in your truth, living in your light, and not allowing...
Thinking that you're not going to be loved if you don't do what everybody else wants you to do. Yeah.
So that's how I saw the villain.
Yeah. I mean, for me, not villain per se, but it's the struggle between the family dynamics, right? In a generational family like this, you have people who are holding on to the past, like Abuela, and then you have the younger generation, like, okay, you know what, we can change, we can be better, we can do something different, like in Mirabel. So it's that juxtaposition of those two different factions and trying to find a balance, because it's not always going to be hunky dory.
And seeing out of that, I got that there was communication is difficult across generations.
It is. Yes.
And you have to find a common ground with one another. For me, I was looking at it going, oh, my grandmother and I struggled to communicate. She was born 1920. I was not. And to communicate when I was in my 20s was very difficult. But when I got older, it became easier because we found a common ground where we could truly, and that's when she became, truly like a best friend to me. So I saw that communication issue and how at the end it's solved because people came clean and they said what their fears were and what they were struggling with.
They allowed themselves to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, for me, the reason why I was thinking about family dynamics was more of a personal thing, because when I came from the Philippines, right, I was 14. And so, I was still hearing, okay, this is what we do, this is our tradition, we need to follow that prescribed path, if you will. But then when I came here, I wanted to embrace new things. And there was always that internal struggle with me anyway, because I wanted to fit in, and I wanted to experience different things. And so it took me quite a few years of stumbling to finally realize, what? I can meld those two halves of me, because I felt always like I was two different people. And so, once I found that balance, and it took a lot of stumbling, I finally found peace, if you will. And it was hard. It was very hard, but it's worth it once you finally get there. So that's just my little personal tidbit there.
That's actually really, I had never experienced that. So for you to allow yourself to be vulnerable and admit it here, I think is inspiring.
Why, thank you. I never talk about my own feelings because I'm not comfortable, I guess, doing something like that. So I'm taking a new step forward. Look at that. Did you like that? You like how I tied that in?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You mentioned here, and I laughed hysterically because I immediately caught it, is the reference to Frozen. When Bruno goes, let it in, let it out, let it rain, let it snow, let it go. I was like, okay,
laughing.
it's Frozen. Let it snow and let it go. I was like, okay.
But in addition to Frozen, it's also a metaphor for just not letting your fears take hold of you, right? You just have to just let it go.
Well, see, that's also another fascinating, and this is what I took about, gosh, now I can't remember the sister, the name of the sister who had the weather?
Oh gosh, I'm blanking on that too.
Well, anyway,
Tia.
Her character, if you think about it, was the ultimate wearing the emotions on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And some people misinterpreted that. It was like, hello, it's raining. And she's like, I'm trying to calm down.
Yeah.
And it was the idea that everybody was telling her, oh my God, really? Stop it. And it was the idea of stop being yourself. Stop having emotion. Stop feeling what you're feeling.
Mm-hmm. Because it's easier not to deal with it.
Exactly. And in some way, people can be dismissive about what you're going through because they don't understand what you're going through.
Yeah, and I certainly am very guilty about that. Sometimes when you're dealing with something that I don't understand, and I'm like, oh, just suck it up, and it's not the right reaction. And I'm trying to be a little bit more empathetic about that because just because I'm not going through it doesn't mean it's not real.
I don't understand what you go through all the time. That's human nature. We don't live in other people's shoes constantly. So that's where the communication and the vulnerability and all of that come into play. And that is, again, back to the villain. Who's the villain? Mm-hmm. It's not one per se. It's everybody, lack of communication, yourself holding in all of your fears and all of your emotions and not giving yourself some grace and some giving yourself space to find the spoons to do what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes, we just don't let ourselves do that.
We don't let it go.
We don't let it go. Exactly.
Let it go. Watermelon tomato. I'm going to sing Emily's version, even when she's like 50.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what else is good here?
Mirabelle is not a princess. I actually really like that she's not a princess and that she wears glasses.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere that she was actually, or she is, the first female lead with glasses. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
When Mirabelle falls into the sand in Bruno's tower and then like lifts the glasses and all, that is how I used to feel with softball and dirt from the softball field. It is so annoying, and that is why I was so happy to wear contacts much later in life. And then LASIK. But oh my God, that is so accurate. And I hated it every time I would play sports or do anything. It was just a buildup in your glasses. Yeah. It was gross.
And see, here, I've never needed to wear glasses until now. So when I was growing up, I had 20/20 vision, and I was just like, oh, all right, I can see perfectly. Now I'm like, I'm railing against the wind. No glasses. No glasses.
And it's funny because when I was growing up, I used to walk into walls because I couldn't see where I was going. It's like, where did that table come from? It's the dining room table. It's always been there. I'm like, I can't see it. Where are your glasses? On my end table?
Oh, no. Anyway.
So true, though.
Yes, it is. Now, you had mentioned something when Antonio finally got his gift.
It's so much bigger on the inside. It was the TARDIS.
I know.
It's Doctor Who's TARDIS.
I know. I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, okay. Got it now. It's so much bigger on the inside.
It's TARDIS. I want one of those rooms where I can pay like New York prices for like a closet, and then I open it up and it's just like 3,000 square feet.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be great?
It would be. Especially if you pay, the 1,000 square feet price.
That'd be great.
In my dream.
I think we all need magical doors everywhere. We would have no problem with a lot of stuff.
No, we won't. Okay. So I think the biggest thing for me here, like the biggest message, if you will, is that Mirabelle, clearly Mirabelle doesn't have the gift, right? A gift. Everybody else has like a magical thing. But reality, she actually has the most powerful one because she can see, and there goes the glasses, right? That she can see perfectly what everybody else is going through. And she actually is the one who figures out that we need to keep the family together in a different way.
It's funny because when we were watching it, I turned around to you and I said, she's protecting the family.
Yeah.
She is Abuela. Maybe the reason the casita did not give her, the magic did not give her a room is because currently Abuela's in there. And Abuela is the one protecting the family. So maybe she doesn't need a room just yet. And then at the end, when the handle turns and she's on the door front and center, it's because the family and the house is her room.
Yeah.
everyone in
everybody
it.
in
And
it, yeah.
that came to an old thing, something that I was told when I was in my early 20s, is that my grandmother, my mother, and I all did the same thing. And my mother and I still do. No one comes into the house that isn't going to be kind or compassionate to my family.
So you're the gatekeeper.
Yeah. It's this, and I don't know if it was a European thing or whatever. I don't know why my grandmother taught us that. But the idea was your home is your sanctuary and everyone in the home is someone you love and you care about. And you want to protect them and you want to take care of them. And you might not be the strongest or the wittiest or, and wow, I just went to Hamilton. He's the wittiest and he's insidious. I'm so sorry.
Well, it is Lin-Manuel Miranda's music, so you know.
But the idea is you don't let anybody pass the door who's going to harm, hurt, or just be really cruel and rude and mean to people you love. Your house is your home. It's your sanctuary. It is your safe place. So my grandmother used to tell us, you know, if you come into somebody's home, when you go to visit somebody or you go to do these things, you want to treat that person the way you would treat her. So if you notice, whenever we go to friends' houses or whatever, if, you know, there's just a way I am in some, even if it's somebody I've never met before. And when I see Maribel closing the door, it kind of broke me back. I was like, oh, she's protecting everyone.
Yeah. And you know what? It's a different way than what her abuela was doing. But it, you know, in their own way, they were doing the same thing.
Yeah. Things have to adapt and grow as times change.
Yeah. So what you were mentioning about the door just brought to mind the symmetry that I didn't pick up when I first saw the movie, but in the rewatch when Antonio at the very beginning, right, he was very frightened to actually go towards the door.
Well, because
right?
Maribel was the only one before him.
Mirabel, yes. He actually asked Mirabel to, you know, walk with him to the door. And, you know, she did. And she was encouraging him and helping guide him, right? Because she saw in him what he could be. At the end, Mirabel actually was afraid to put that knob in the door.
Well, because the last time she did, the door disappeared.
Right. But it was Antonio who gave her the knob and was helping her move forward. And so she finally saw herself the way, and her family as well, finally saw the real her. And that's why when Abuela asked, what do you see? She said, I finally see me.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, we all see everybody else.
It's easier to see outside.
Yeah. And maybe that's why Mirabel was so good at reconnecting and being the new protector of the family, because Abuela was so afraid. She had this massive traumatic experience and was so afraid, and she even says it, I'm so afraid of losing the gift that I lost what was most important and what made the gift. His love, her love.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get so scared and so afraid that we just want to wrap everybody up and we want to hold them tight and we never want them to be hurt. You know, think about it. You don't want someone to be hurt or someone you love to go through any experience in their entire life where they're going to cry. You want to wrap your children up. I would love to wrap all our nieces and nephews up and protect them.
Yeah, but see, that always brings back that line from Nemo that says, you know, I never wanted anything to happen to him. But then Dory says, well, if you never let anything happen to him, nothing would ever happen to him.
Exactly.
That's not what life is about.
But that's why, if you think about it, Encanto's message is the same. Except it's not just about Abuela letting go. It's everyone else letting go of their fears, because they wanted to wrap everything up and do that.
Right. And it's also about Abuela letting everybody else in to help her carry the burden.
Because she's carried it for so long, she doesn't... It's a struggle to allow people to help you when you think you're the most powerful. And again, every character had it. They all felt that they didn't want to let the other one down. They weren't good. They weren't good enough. Even Abuela, she's like, this has to go right. Antonio's door must go right. The people must have faith in our gift.
Right. And, you know, it's funny because I tell you that a lot of the time. It's like you need to let others help you because you always try to do everything yourself.
You help me.
Yes, after I like twist your arm.
It's very hard to allow someone to help you.
And I understand.
Especially when you're used to doing something yourself for so long that you have a system of how you do it. And even if it knocks you down like to the point of where you're so exhausted you can't lift your head, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
And which is why I tease you about it, but you're much better at it now, like letting other people help you.
I try.
Yeah. So
I still stink at it.
but it's all good. You're a work in progress. Okay. So
By the way, do you know what I think of when I first saw the cracks?
what? Emergency.
If you have an emergency, quack it.
Oh God.
First thing I thought of.
Oh goodness.
So are we going to go right into the themes, or do you have any more good?
No, I think that's good.
Okay.
All right. So the biggest theme talking about gifts, right, is that you are more than your gift, and that's the other thing. You're more than what people see of you on the outside.
Well, obviously we know about the characters. Mm-hmm. For me, I looked at it as you're more than what you can give someone. Because if you bring it down to like take out the magic and everything, mm-hmm. I am more than just someone who could drive you to and from wherever you need to go. I'm more than someone who can fix your computer. Mm-hmm. You're more than someone who can make sure that everything at work is done timely and pick up whatever they need done. You're more than just an aunt, who can take someone to the movies or buy a gift. We're more than someone who could write a story. There's so much more to you than just what you can do.
Right. And that's why it's so hard, right? Because again, that's where Louisa's character, she's wrapped up in that because she can do so many things for other people that when she feels it going away, it's like she's losing part of herself. And
her identity was wrapped in her gift instead of within herself. So when she was losing the gift, she couldn't figure out who she really was.
Right. And that's like with anybody else, right? Yes, I work in HR, but that's not my identity. And it's hard sometimes because that's the only thing that I've known for a long, long time.
It's also somebody passing. If your partner passes, your life has been so intertwined with that individual. Mm. Who are you without them?
Yeah, I definitely don't know.
And I don't want to find out. Just saying.
I hear you. Okay.
I mean, and Isabella is also the perfect example of wanting to be perfect. She was even going to marry somebody because the family wanted it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them, Bruno hiding and running away because he was afraid he was hurting the family.
Right.
So that many stairs.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Stairmaster, I don't need it.
That was really funny, by the way. That should be cute under her singing all the way up the stairs.
Oh my God.
And then the bird the bird just checked out. It's like, I'm out of here. Nope.
Let's see, what other themes do we have here? Oh, yes. Family bond can be the strongest force, right? And again, it's the whole blood is thicker than water. Just like your example of being the gatekeeper, you don't want anything to harm the family.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put a little addendum to that because when my grandmother said that, my grandmother's family consisted of friends, aunts, cousins. I mean, very, very extended, chosen, and biological. Mm-hmm. So when I say that family bond is like the strongest thing, just like love is the strongest thing on earth, I think that family is what you say it is.
Yeah, because you can have, your chosen family as well. Family here is a very, it can mean whatever you want it to mean.
Yeah. But I mean, you said blood is thicker than water, so I just wanted to add that little.
Oh, sorry. But I was thinking about the expression. The expression.
Yeah, very much.
I mean, just because we're not blood related doesn't mean that we're not together.
We're family.
Yeah, we're family. So again, blood can also mean whatever you want it to mean, right?
As long as they don't have to deal with needles. God, I hate needles, except tattoo needles for some reason. I don't get it either.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, okay.
Then that when you least expect it, in this case, I think in the film, they least expected it, is that people who care about you, who love you, will always come to help you.
No matter what.
To get you back on your feet. Like at the end where the community goes, we don't have a gift, but we have hammers, we have shovels, we have two hands that can help you.
Yeah. And that is the Encanto, right? That is the miracle when people put aside their differences to help each other.
Yeah.
That is what it's about. So, and they were able to build the house, the casita. They were able
did you notice, by the way, when the door like squeaked the first time, the window shutter, it like went, and then when it collapsed and it ran out of magic, it went, and like stopped. And then when it came back, it went, I was like, oh, yeah, I just made sound effects of my own. Okay.
Well, they were very good. It's not an emergency.
It's an emergency because I don't have enough sound effects.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So any other themes that we should touch on?
No, I'm good unless you can think of something else.
No, I'm good. Okay. So let's go on with the bad then?
Sure.
Okay. So I don't think it's a bad per se, but
Ruh-roh.
Okay. So bear with me. During the final number, the all of you, for me, it had echoes of the music from Hamilton.
I'm watching it burn.
Yes. And it took me out of it a little bit, and I was like, no, the wrong show.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that word.
It was. I think it was because Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote it. It's just echoes of the same, to me anyway, the same tune, the same melody, the same harmonies.
See, for me, it was the word burn. The stars don't shine, they burn. I'm watching it burn. It just for me, it was the way that word was sung. Granted, I can't sing a lick, so I apologize for everybody who just ripped their headphones out and like,
you're okay. You're okay.
But I don't know if it's just like you said, the tunes or whatnot, because it was just that word for me, and it took a few seconds to go back to it because immediately I went to I'm watching it burn, and she's burning the letters, and I'm burning the letters you wrote to me. I'm burning it. And that stuck in my head. But it also is a testament to his music, though, because it is something we remember.
Yeah. It's almost like it's his signature, It's a Miranda song.
Moana didn't feel that way.
Moana didn't, no, because it was all, I guess it was different.
But again, maybe it's the word. Maybe it's how that word was delivered. Who knows?
Maybe.
I'm just going to say a personal bad. Every damn time I see a granddaughter and a grandmother having issues, I break out crying because I miss mine so much.
Well, when Moana came out in 2016.
Oh, I bawled.
Yeah. So did I, because you were bawling.
Yeah.
But it was because it was, the year anniversary of your grandmother's passing.
And she, spoiler alert, dies in the movie.
Yes.
Oh my God, I was bawling. And then she comes back as a manta ray. It was,
Well, that's why you now have a manta ray on your shoulder. Because
manta rays are supposed to be the guides of the ocean. But still, it was like, oh my God, why is he dying? Yeah. It was a year anniversary. It was horrible.
And I should clarify, you have a manta ray tattooed on your shoulder.
Yeah, no, I don't have one.
An actual
yes,
manta ray
I have
on
a
your
manta
back.
ray in my pool, which I don't even have a pool.
Just clarify.
The manta ray's in the bathtub. It gets very annoyed with no space. I don't even have a stuffed manta ray. I have stuffed Stitch.
Oh my goodness! So maybe someone will
make me a stuffed manta ray.
Yeah, that looks like the one from Moana.
Oh, I would love a stuffed manta ray like the one from Moana.
So, aside from that, are there any other bad?
It felt, and again, this might be me. It felt slower than, say, Moana, Coco.
I have to agree. It's like it took me a while to like really get into it.
It was a slower build.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was intentional or not. I mean, it's still a good movie, don't get me wrong, but it was a slightly slower build. And at some points, I kind of found myself taking a step back going, am I missing something? Like, is there a reason it was going slow? Like, was I missing something going on in the background? Was I missing some cute parts? And then it just turned out that it had to develop a lot going. There was a lot to lay groundwork for and foundation for, so I understood. And again, that could just be me.
Well, I mean, that could be that is us then, because I had the same reaction. But once we hit towards the third act and the finale, I was just like, oh, okay.
See, for me, it picked up more in the middle. Third act on, it felt like it flew.
Yeah, the third act. Yeah, and that's where it just I started bawling during the third act. So yeah,
grandmother crying, making amends, and God, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. I would give anything just to hug my grandmother again.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's all good.
Grandma's freaking crying.
It's all good.
Damn it.
Okay, any more bad, or should we leave the
go
bad?
to the cute, because I'll actually start crying.
Okay. Let's go with the cute then.
Okay.
At the very beginning, Mirabel gave Antonio a stuffed leopard, to help him navigate his fears, right?
Yep.
And so when he finally received his gift, he's understanding animals, and when he finally got into his room, there's actually a life-size leopard in his room that he just rides around in. I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I immediately looked at you and you want to do that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I got two things out of that. One, my mother gave me my first stuffed tiger, and it looked like the original tiger to me, like the shape.
Don't tell me you got an actual tiger.
What the? No.
I
was going to say it was cute because when Bruno had to do the special, when he was using his gift to see the future for Mirabel, Antonio gave him
the leopard.
The leopard when he was worried and scared, and I was like, oh, that's cute.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to make
the
a parallel.
rats tell him everything, damn it, okay?
I thought you were going to make a parallel that you actually have a life-size tiger somewhere.
Oh, my God. You know where it is? It's right next to my manta ray in the tub. Jeez, what am I going to do with you? You live with me. Don't you think you would notice if we had a giant tiger running around somewhere?
Well, I'd be like, wait, I'm a tiger.
There you go. My mother gave me Tigger, and I married someone born in the year of the tiger.
Wow. Okay.
Just for that, I should get like little soaps. One made as tiger, one made as a manta ray. Put them in the bathtub for you.
Okay, so moving on. Another cute that I found hysterical were the three little kids who were...
What's your gift?
Yeah, asking Mirabel about her gift. And one of them drinking coffee. It reminded me of me when I was younger. I used to drink coffee, and then it was like, that's why adults should only drink coffee.
I drank coffee as a kid too. And he was like sipping it, and then he was hammering in all the nails.
I know. I was like, yeah. Oh. Of course, I don't drink coffee now, so I kicked that habit.
No, I can't have coffee either.
Well, you were forced to.
Yeah, I was forced to. I love Bruno and the rats and the telenovela. I was like, oh my God, I'd watch that telenovela. Come on. If anybody's listening, make it so.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I just totally pulled up a card. Make it so.
Let's see. Oh, where we both laughed out loud was when Mirabel was chasing Bruno across behind the walls. Yeah, in between the walls. And they thought, they were going to fall down the crevasse to their despair, to their deaths. And then Mirabel can't hold on to him, so he falls, and then he just stands up
and then the fog or whatever moves.
Yes, disperses, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. We both were cracking up at that. So I thought that was really cute. That was funny because you were cracking up right before with the scene with the bird.
Yeah, with the bird checking out.
Yeah,
the bird goes all the way up, and she's like, cheater. And then he goes to leave, and she's like, quitter. I was like, you know what? I hate to say it, but Sheila would be running out of the house, and I'd be like, yeah, but the door, so it creaks a little bit, and it's kind of gloomy and scary inside. And, as long as a clown doesn't come out, and I could just hear Sheila running out the back door.
See, I would think that, that would be you running.
If it was the clown, Pennywise, yes.
Oh my God.
I don't like clowns.
Yeah, well, okay. I'm not gonna say that.
What?
I was just thinking about the walks that we do, and
every time we pass a damn drainage grate, what do you say?
Look, it's Pennywise. And then you actually jump.
The first time you did it, I did. Yeah.
I try not to do it anymore.
The worst part was, do you remember there was a kid walking with a balloon by one, and you were like, ooh, he better not go near Pennywise. And I was like, oh my God, stop it. He was carrying a birthday balloon.
I actually don't remember that, but I probably
He and his
would
mom
have.
were walking and he had a birthday balloon.
Oh my goodness.
And he had a light coat on. I don't remember what color it was, but I remember it was like a light coat because it was spring. And you were just like, oh, he better be careful. He's near the grate. Might be Pennywise. It's like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? In the meantime, I was kind of like, please don't walk near the grate, kid. Just don't do it. Don't ask for it.
Oh my God. Anyway, okay, so bringing us back, any other cute?
You.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
But I wasn't talking about me. I was talking about the film.
No, nothing else. I'm good.
Okay, so since we don't have any more cute, I guess that wraps up our discussion of Encanto, hey?
Yay!
Okay, so now that means it is time for our Forever Fangirls rating. Drum roll, please. We rate Encanto 4 stars. Yay! And we actually agree on this rating.
Yeah, which is a first recently. In my humble opinion, it was an extremely entertaining film with lots of funny and tender moments, just like we've become accustomed to with Disney films. There are several layers of themes that are very relatable. For me, it was also the idea of, living in your truth, because even though Bruno-no-no-no, even though he can see the future is not set in stone. That's why Mirabelle's, in my humble opinion, was either cracks or whole. Because, yes, she might have helped the cracks be there, but they were already there. He was patching them. Hernando was patching them behind the walls. So, don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at
The
you.
idea is your future is never set in stone. What other people think your future might be, what you think your future might be, it may ebb and flow like life. Just live in your truth. Make your future what you want it to be. Be happy. And above all, give yourself grace and patience and allow yourself time to recover your spoons to do whatever you need to do, because damn it, you are worth it.
I should say here that you really should take your own advice. But
I never take my own advice.
that's for a different show. But as far as the movie is concerned, I absolutely agree. For me, personally, it wasn't the same level as Moana. That's why we gave it a 4, or that's why I thought it was a 4. But it is a beautiful film, right? And especially for me, if I bawl my eyes out, then that's my gauge of how good a film is. And believe you me, I was bawling my eyes out during the last 15 minutes of this film.
Wait, you bawling your eyes out is your scale?
Well, most of the time, yes.
So say you cried every Disney film.
But it's the what's the word I'm looking for? It's the intensity of the cry.
And the emotional connection to it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because this one, I was really bawling, and I you saw me. I was like, grabbing a tissue every 2 minutes.
Either way, I bawled my eyes out. Damn it.
We were bawling.
All right. You know what? I'm just going to stop it right there before we go down the rabbit hole of silliness. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. Was there anything that you folks think we missed that you want to discuss? Do you want to let us know what you thought? You can find us on our socials, or you can leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/forever fangirls podcast. Recommend something, whatever, we always listen to our messages. And if you want us to say something or give shout outs, just leave us a message and do that, because there's sometimes that people ask me to do that. And also just remember, subscribe, like, the whole 9. We'd greatly appreciate it.
And until next time, stay safe, be kind, and remember, as the lyrics from Dos Oruguitas says, "Oh, butterflies, don't hold each other any longer. You must grow apart and return. That's the way forward. You are already miracles, breaking chrysalises. You must fly and find your own future."